We are so incredibly blessed and we don't even realize it. So I'm just sitting here for the day, at the end of the day, finally reading today's reading in Proverbs chapter 16, and verse 16 says, "How much better to get wisdom than gold, to get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver." Meaning that wisdom and understanding are far better than any monetary thing that you could get. Gold and silver, like the two things that most currency is based on. It is better to have wisdom and understanding than even those things. And man, I'm telling you, it's like God smacked me right in between the eyes and was like, what are you seeking, Ashley? What are you seeking? I think about 98% of everybody that watches this or is in the world would claim and say, if they're honest with themselves, that they would prefer to be in a better financial situation than they are. Because I think that we all could say that we would rather be more comfortable with our finances, or that times are hard right now, things are expensive, and it can consume our mind with like, God, how can I be more? Like, how can I do more? How can I provide for my family more? Like, in what ways, God, can you allow me to be more financially stable? And y'all, I'm just here to tell you, while we're going through the book of Proverbs, I'm just understanding how much of an endless pursuit that is. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't try and strive to be, financially wise and different things like that. But as far as like striving to gain gold, silver, financial gain, whatever it is, all of those things at the end of the day will never satisfy. At the end of the day, like, that is not the thing that matters the most. I'm telling you, the days that I feel most fulfilled is when I sit with the Lord and I let the Lord speak to me more than I let the world speak to me. Because I'm telling you, all that the world is screaming to you right now is more, 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 more. And it's more of all of the wrong things that are going to leave you feeling more empty and more longing and more want than when you started. We were created to serve and worship God. So the only thing that is going to satisfy us is getting to know Him more. Verse 3 of this chapter says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." And the reference for this was Psalm 37, verse 5, and it says, "Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act." Why? Because when we commit ourselves to working for the kingdom of God, when we commit ourselves to the Lord, then He does give us the desires of our heart, because our desires align with His desires for our life, which is to give us far more than this world could ever offer. We're not promised to flourish monetarily. We're not promised to have everything that this world tries to shove down our face and tell us that's important. But God does promise us much more than all of that. And that is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control, faithfulness. I think I missed one or two. That's the fruit of the Spirit. All of the things that we crave to satisfy us, the only thing that will satisfy us is walking with the Spirit, to be able to gain wisdom and understanding, to be able to grow in the fruits of the Spirit, to be able to fulfill our purpose and our mission for the kingdom of God. Let me read verse 4 to you. "The Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble." The Lord has made everything for its purpose. Friend, that means even you. That means that you can't hinder your testimony. That means that you can't stop your testimony. God has got a purpose and a plan for you. You just have to trust Him with it. You just have to say, like, God, I know who you are. I know that you're sovereign. I know that you're good. I know that you've established me before I was even born, and I trust you with it. Verse 8 says, "Better is a little with righteousness than with great revenues with injustice." AKA, I would rather have Jesus any day, because Jesus is everything that I need. He's all that I need to sustain me and fulfill me. Verse 9, "The heart of man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps." I've planned a lot of things in my life, and not many of them have gone the way that I intended. But I can tell you, because I'm a child of God, God always brings me back to the plan that He has for me. And God uses the things that I try to plan and establish in my own strength and all of that kind of stuff to conform me more into the image of His Son, which is Romans 8:29. Because at the end of the day, having Jesus and growing in our wisdom and understanding of Him is the only thing that is going to leave us filled up. Because the endless pursuit of more that the world is shoving down our face will do nothing but leave us empty. And if we're doing that, then we can rest assured that God's got us. No matter what He puts on our heart, He's going to prosper it, or He's going to use it to further His kingdom in some way, because He's the one that's leading, guiding, and directing you. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. Do you really believe and trust that God has already gone before you? Do you believe that He's already gone before you and made the way? Because, friend, I'm telling you, believing that and stopping the enemy from speaking lies into your head that you're on this journey alone and that you're just flying by the seat of your pants, believing that the Lord has already gone before you, it will change everything. It will change everything.